Ready?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, so today's our first training session for the operations team. Jess is number one off the rank. So looking forward to see what this training is all about. So let's give a round of applause for Jess. And Jess, take it away.
So this is the first training for payroll. It's my big task. So I want to start with payroll training. We did some basic training before. Have you got any memories still? So we got few simple questions. So how many weeks we have for annual leave a year? Yeah, Alicia.
4 weeks.
So 4 weeks annual leave.
Oh, Jess, have you got the feedback forms?
Yeah, later.
The right questions.
Oh, yeah. And how many sick leave we have, Andy?
Weeks. I only know one day without certificate, doctor certificate per week.
Yeah.
So it's total 54. No, 54
I love that.
Erica.
days.
2 weeks.
Okay.
Strike 2. So here's a notes. So these are notes and the sample in the back and fill it back.
Thank you.
So we start with a new employee. So assume we got a new employee in Garden Spa. So what do you think of the information we need to get from this new employee?
Basic CV is a resume.
Yeah.
Her resume. Basically information from her bank details.
Yeah.
Address.
Anything else?
Annual leave, no, superannuation number.
Perfect.
6 number.
Yeah. So look. So for the new employee file, we got 2 parts. One is paper files, one is MLB files. So we got paper files first. Here's a sample for the manager in Garden Spa, Bridget. Here's all the paper files we got from her, and we will look into more details. So the template, all the employee package, we got 2 queues. They are under the operation folder, human resources, each one new employee package. So all the files template is there. You can write down your notes. After we got all the paper files from the employee, then we put all the information into MLB files. So this list is essential information, the key information we should get before they start to work. So first one, as Erica said, the tax file numbers. There's a file called tax file number declaration. So we need to hand this one to the employee. And they write down this part, their name, their home address, the basic information here. And then this part need to pay attention. If they got 2 jobs, they choose one as tax-free threshold, then they need to take no. They choose away the tax-free threshold. If we are, then they take yes. If don't, they take no. So we need to set up the MLB for this one. So like we have meet this one before, but in Chulan, in SMD Spa, there's an employee called Katie. She got another job, but she chose that job as a tax-free threshold, not us. So she need to change this one and refill this form and back to us. And this part is our job. After they fill this one, they will return this declaration form back to us, and we will fill this one. So it's just a basic company information, our business address, ABN number, and contact number, contact name and numbers. So for ISG, Maven should sign here. It's for director to sign. Maven will sign for ISG, and Daniel will sign for Garden Spa, and Li Hua will sign for Chulan. And after finishing this form, we need to mail this one to ATO. And there's an address here, down here, so just mail them out. So here's the original one. This is a new one called tax bill declaration form. They go 2 copies. So this one, original one, this is here. Original one, ATO copy. So mail this one out. We keep this one for us, for our record. These are taxation bound information. And the second one is payroll information. So we got payroll information through their contract. And the same, the employee contract is under Operation Human Resources H1 employee package. And full-time and part-time, they share the same template. But the casual, they got a separate one because casual, there's no leave entitlement, there's no termination sessions. So it's a little bit different. And all the information in the contract is name and residential address, working status, full-time, part-time, or casual status. And the most important is the working hours and hourly rate. So basically, some employees under hourly rate, but some is under annually salary. So it's all shown in the employee contract. And all the information, the area manager will give us details. And the entitlement, start date, signature of directors. So the signatures here is similar as the signature in tax bill numbers. So Daniel will sign for Ganspa, and Li Hua will sign for Truland, and Maven will sign for ISG. And the third one is a super account number, as Alicia said. So there's a form called standard choice form. The other part doesn't matter they feel or not, but this part, this main part we should focus on. They go their fund number, company name. It's a Australia Super or Rasa Super. And then the membership number, they need to tell us. If they didn't return this form back in 14 days, we can put them into our default company super account.
14 or 14?
14 days. So our company got the default company super account. For integrity services, for SG, we set up in with Australia Super. And with Ghana Spa, we set up with Rasa Super, the same as Truland. And all the login number and password are saved in the software registration sheet in under operation folders of each company. So the last one is bank information. We must get bank information before the first payroll. Sometimes like, the employees start work on Saturday, but the next Monday is payday. So we can get bank information from the first and then collect all the other informations. Because sometimes we don't have time to collect all the informations. But the bank information we should get before the first payroll. Here's employee personal information. We can get the bank information here, so they put the bank information here. And there's another important thing. It's called emergency contact. They must fill this form, and we need to put in. There is an employee information sheet under human resources folder. We need to update all the emergency contact. Because the employee fell down in the spa, we need to contact them, their families. So it's the main part, this one, and the bank information. So after collect all the information, that's all we need. So we put in a folder, like write down this template here. Write down the name of the spa they're working for, and what's their title. They're spa manager or beauty therapist or remedial massage therapist, and their start date. And then their names down here. And this employee contract details, the detail forms stay here in this page, so easy for us to have a look. And then the contract, and this is a tax bill declaration form, and then the supers. So we leave one blank folders here. It's for the review, performance review. We will do 12 weeks probation review for each therapist, and quarterly review for managers. We will do training later on. But we leave an empty one here, so we can put the review report here. So by now we got all the information from employee, and the next step is to file all the forms. Is that too fast? Okay. Now in the file system. So this folder is under human resources. It's all the employee under guidance bar. So our format for the folder's name is payroll ID plus first name and plus family name, like this one. So like Chrissy, her payroll ID is #1, and then their full name there. If contractor, we put contractor here. So the new employee welcome toolkit is all this form, original form is under this one. And super payment, we do a quarterly super payment. Every pay slips received in a super payment. And terminated employee. So like if Chrissy terminated, we just drag this folder into terminated employees. We can separate them. It's easy to, end of a financial year, it's easy for us to know which employee terminated. Then we will mail the payment summary to them, not give to managers. And it's the payment summaries. And this one's under receipt folder. So first one is personal files. So all the paper files, we'll scan them and save under personal files. And the #2 folder is performance review. So their quarterly review, the provision review, all the reports we'll save under this folder. And then there'll be all the pay slips. So we sorted by year, financial years. So this is the new one for this financial year. And you need to pay attention for this one. If this employee is holding working visa, we need to scan their passport under their folders. It's for the immigration purpose. It's easy for us to get information. Okay, by now we got all the information. So we continue to set up all the information in MLB. So you must be familiar with the card list. Are you familiar with the card list? So under card list, we can set up all the customer, supply, employee, or personal. But for our training, we only focus on the employee one. So you click card list, and then click employee, and then click the new one to set up a new employee folder. Employee file. So this windows come out. So the information we should fill in is name, last name, first name, card ID. Card ID is a payroll ID, so just in order. And then address, city. City, this one should be filled. Like you can fill that there's Sydney or there's some suburb. But if this column is empty, you can't generate the payment summaries. So the city one must be filled.
So, which part is compulsory need a filling?
So the first name, last name, first name, card ID, address, city, and email address. And all the information you can get is from employee information form. And the second one is payroll details. It's a main part of this MLB files. And under payroll details, we got a lot of details here. So first one is personal details. Date of birth is compulsory, and gender, start date. Employee basis is the individual, and category is permanent full-time, permanent part-time, or casual staff. And the same, all the information from employee information form and employee contract. So second is wages. It's salary basis or hourly rate basis, and all the spa managers, they are under salary basis, and all the other like therapists, they under hourly rate. And this part, we need to take the category that we want them to show on the pay slips. So basically, we only use this part, like base salary, base hours, Saturday hours, Sunday, and holiday pay, also called annual leave pay, and annual leave pay loading, sick pay, and bonus. That's the main part we are using at this moment for all our staff.
So we need to take all these categories.
So you should tick, like you tick here, then they will show the best salaries. And for the details you want to set up, you click this arrow here. Okay, the third one is a superannuation. This one just straight away. So just a super fund name, the company's name, and fill the employee membership here. And for our company, we only do the super guarantee. That's 9.5% for this financial year. So we only take this one. And we click the arrow here to set up the rate for this financial year. It's 9.5%.
It doesn't matter which super company the employee chooses.
Doesn't matter. But if it didn't return us in 14 days, we have the right to put them in our default super companies. And the entitlements, only full-time and part-time, they have the entitlements rights. So here's what we said earlier. It's 4 weeks annual leave per year, 2 weeks sick leave per year. So if they have entitlement to annual leave and sick leave, we take these two. And for the further setup, we can click the arrow here, like this way. So this one is set up for the holiday leave. It's also called annual leave. For annual leave, the rate is 7.6823%. So we set up here. So we didn't set up. We don't set up hours. We set up rate. So it depends on how many hours they're working in a week. And their annual leave will accrue automatically through the system. And pay attention for this part. We will print how many hours they accrue for annual leave and sick leave on their pay slips. So we need to take this one, print unpaid advice. And the second one is depend on company's policy. Some companies, they clear all their annual leave in 1 year. Like this financial year finish, they clear all the annual leave for last financial year. But for our company, we carry the annual leave to the new financial year. So we should take this one, carry remaining entitlement over to next year. So this is for set up annual leave. And the last one is taxes. Just fill the tax file numbers here. This is a compulsory part. If you don't put tax bill number here, you can't generate payment summaries end of financial year. So that's all the information we need to put into MLB. After all this employee is ready to go. As all our operation teams, we need to take care of 3 companies, 5 companies payroll functions. Generally, it's like weekly basis, for nightly basis, all different. So for weekly one, only for Michael, is his contractor. So we do his pay through purchase function, not payroll function. And for nightly basis, is for Garden Spa, SJAC, and Lisa. Lisa belongs to ISG. And all these three we do through payroll functions. Monthly basis, ISG employee, ISG contractors. All the contractors, they are due through purchase functions, like invoices, not payroll function. But employee, ISG employee is due through payroll functions. And other two companies based on monthly basis is Sumana and GBW's external clients. They are all employees, so we do their payroll through payroll functions. These are structures for us. I write down a timeline for doing payroll because TGS and TrueLab is a main part. For ISG, which is based on annual salary, it does take a long time. But for TGS TrueLab, because it's fortnightly basis and got like 27 employees there, so it takes a long time to process. So I write down this timeline. Like on Monday, the first thing we need to get all this down and timetable from weekly activity reports. You can have a look at the notes I'll give to you. The second part is a print out 2 weeks. Weekly, it's called weekly activity reports. So here shows their name, employee's name. And this color means bar manager use this color, and this pink color is full-time. And the purple one is part-time, and this blue color is casual. I got the notes under this form so you can have a look. So this form is basically filled by a staff manager, and they will email us on Monday morning. And the first we got this form from them first, and then Erica will do the bonus. Calculate out the bonus based on how much money they earned for last week, and she will fill the number here. She will fill the bonus number here. And all the cells already set up on the formulas. So you just need to fill the bonus level here, and then they will show the bonus here. And Erica will do this training later on. So just skip this part first. After we got the weekly activity report, then we can process paid slips via MOB. I just generally see the procedure first, and we will look into the details. And then print and save pay slips. After this, take the print out copies to Lisa to ask her approval. So she will calculate again through the timetables, and if the number match, then she will sign on the pay slips. And on the Tuesday, we must process a payment. We create a payment in the early morning of Tuesday, the first thing you came to work, and make sure they will process the payments before 5:30 of Tuesday afternoon. And the Wednesday, the first thing is check whether the payment have been paid out. And then if they paid out, then we email all the pay slips out. For TGS, they prefer to email to the individual's email address. So all the email address, I will give you a list later. And for TrueLab, we just email to Eileen. She will print out and send to the employees. So this is just a big picture of the procedure. Let's see how to process payroll through MLB function. So I'm going to talk about the procedure just quickly, and then I'll give you this 2 weeks weekly report. So we'll do this TGS pay service later after I talk about the procedures. So there's a payroll function in the payroll button. So we just click process payroll, and then we will enter into this window. So first we should set up as a date. The payment date, payment period, and the payment period end. So it's just fortnight day. Set up the date first, and then you can click next. And then we got all the employee list here. So we can click the arrow here to set up each employee's pay. Like now we do Christine first. So check number, we don't pay them by check. So we do them bank transfer. So we put EFT here in this part. Assume she had 7 hours annual leave, and she has annual leave loading. So when you put 7 hours annual leave here, you should put the same number as annual leave loading, but it depends on their contract. So in the contract, they will say, do they have annual leave loading? Because Christine under award, so she has entitlement to annual leave loading. So put 7 down here, and set day and part-time. So when we set up their payroll files, we already set up their hourly rate for Saturday and Sunday hours. So for this part, the thing we only need to do is put their working hours here in different color. So she works 14 hours for weekdays, so we put 14 here. 14 hours for Saturdays, put 14 here. And because, do you remember we set up the annual leave and the sick leave? So depending on how many hours we work, this part is calculate automatically. We don't need to adjust it. But for the bonus, we need to pay attention. Oh, sorry, the super. So super only subject to ordinary income. So for performance bonus, they have super for it. But for Christmas bonus and leave loading, they're not subject to super. And all the things are already set up in the system. Because the bonus is an incentive to employees, so we want to encourage them to work more. So we want to put bonus, how much they earn on the memo. So when they get pay slips, they can straight away to say that they got bonus. So for the memo part, we only put bonus, how much they earn, and how many hours they take, like 7 hours unpaid leave or 7 hours annual leave. We put this here. After all the setup, we will click OK and they will record it. So we set up each by each, and we got a net pay numbers. And here we have another report called wages to turnover reports. This report is set up just for double check. So we do this report based on weekly basis, and all the gross pay, super expenses already set up formula. So the same thing. The thing we only need to do is like Christina, only need to put hours here. So all the things we need to calculate already got a formula. So we only need to put normal hours, the hours, how many annual leave they take, how many sick leave they take, and bonus part. The other part will calculate automatically. So here's a pay slips match. So when we calculate the pay slips in my own bin, at the same time we put the PVG, we can set a formula to calculate. So at the same time we're doing in the MLB, we get PVG numbers here. So we put this PVG number into the wages to turnover reports. Then we will calculate a net pay number. So we will match this number and this number. If they match, that means all the pay slips number is calculated right. Then we calculate recorded and all the procedures done. Is that clear? Okay, we will do some, before we do the example, any questions?
So the wages, the form,
Yeah.
the wages to turnover summary,
Yeah.
it's just when you use, after you use this form, you put it, where do you put it? Where do you put it, the form?
If you where the form say,
Yeah.
or it's under reporting, or under each company like true and reporting. So we just that form just used to double check.
I mean, it's only for double check.
Yeah.
So does it necessary to save it?
Yeah, because our account also will use it. We got item wages to total rate. We use that run to measure is wages expense too high for us or it's okay or so it's still a report we need to know for the rate. Is that clear?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, we do the example. So take this out. So this TGS is one. I'll do a little bit adjustment because for these last 2 weeks they don't have any bonus, but I put the bonus here, artificial one. So the period is 30th June to 30th July 2014. And the information we need before processing payroll is this report with both number. Go into the MLB. So it's a payroll function here. And before we do that, we need to, for my way, I'm doing wages report first, to calculate that form first. So that report, because TGS is under TGS reporting, and it's your financial year. So we use dummy, we don't use a real one. So first start with Bridget. Bridget and Jennifer in dance spa, they're under salary basics. So we already set up in the template, just whatever they take annual leave or not, their base salary does not change. So we just cross this one or copy for the 2 weeks. For this report, sometimes I found if they take sick leave and annual leave here, it's hard to say it. So sometimes just carelessly didn't say this annual leave and sick leave. So I set up formatting. If they take annual sick leave or annual leave down here, this part, then this cell will show the red color. So when they say the report, you can easily to say, oh, they take annual leave or sick leave. Then you don't forget to write into the MLB. So So we can have a look. So Bridget, have a look at this form. So Bridget, in the first week, she took 24 hours annual leave. So this week, so take 24 hours annual leave, then put 24 here. And the second form, she didn't take any annual leave or sick leave, so just normal. Because her wages rate is already above, so she does not have an annual leave loading. And for the annual leave amount, it's their annual leave hours multiply their hourly rate. And all the hourly rate are set up. Set up all here, it's hourly rate for here. So we click this worksheet, and there is their leave. So this one is not their Saturday. They don't have different Saturday or normal days, which is their hourly rate. So we click here, it's called annual amount. So for this part, the template is, because this is their base salary. If they take any annual leave or sick leave, the base salary will be this part will be the base salary minus annual amount and sick leave amount. So they will keep the gross payments the same numbers. So this bridge is finished, and then Jennifer. So have a look. Jennifer, there's no sick leave in the first week, but there's a 6 annual leave in the second week. So here's second one. So we'll keep this one normal, and the second one. We got 6 hours annual leave, so we'll put 6 here. And we calculate out the annual amount. But have a look here, the same, because they all under salary basis, the gross pay does not change. And then we look at rows. So for rows, we need to look at there's a column, we got timesheet hours, paid hours, and the allocated hours here. So the only thing we look at is the paid hours. So we put paid hours, this number, into this form. So here, it's the paid hours here. So Rosie, row sending. We only look at the time, the paid hours here. So like Rose, on the first week, she got 31 hours for normal day, so we put 31 here. And Saturday is 7. And no annual leave, no sick leave. Should have a formula there. Deleted. Second week, Rosie got sick leave 2 hours. So we put sick leave here. Because in the paid hours, we set as a formula 31.7, but this 31 already includes the sick leave 2 hours. So we need to use 31 minus 2, got 29 normal days. and the Saturday is still 7. So the sick leave here is so for the sick leave. For the sick leave and annual leave, if they take sick leave, annual leave on Saturday or Sunday, but they still pay them on normal day rate. We don't pay them Saturday or Sunday rate, we pay them normal day rate and plus loading, depending on the contract. Loading is 7.5%. And depends on our company policy, every employee only got 4 times to take annual leave or sick leave on Saturday, on weekend. So if they already got 4 times, next time if the spa manager give us annual leave request, we need to let them know they already got 4 times, they can't take any more on weekend. Yeah.
You said the Saturday and Sunday pay as a normal time.
Yeah.
Is our company's rule?
Oh no, it's the rules.
Just where do you keep the 4 times a year?
Oh, I used to set up a worksheet here for the last financial year dates. Set up worksheet here to write down how many times they already take. I need to set up for this new financial year. The second one is, both one is Christine. So Christine, she's normal, she's part-time, so she also got fixed weekly hour rate, 21, so it's 14. 14 for normal days. 7 for Saturday, just normal. Sorry, my phone went down. You don't need to calculate, the formula should be there, but just delete it. Christine, the second week, she got 13 hours annual leave. So we put 13 here. She is under work, so she got leave loading stuff. So she takes 6 hours on ordinary date. For Christine. Or sick leave. She got annual leave. So ordinary date, she got 6 hours. Saturday is 7. So paid hours here is 14 and 7. This 7, like we said here, is paid by normal rate. And this 14, so we pay 6 sick leave. Or 8 normal day leave. So she does not have a Saturday rate because take a sick leave 7 on Saturday. So we should put here is 8 for normal days and 0 for Saturday. And then 13 for annual leave.
sorry, she said 6 hours for sick leave. Is it sick leave or annual leave?
Oh, for annually. So it should be 80 here and 13 annual leave. So leave loading is the normal day rate. So normal day rate is this one. And for leave loading is annually amount multiply 17.5%. So this gross payment is this part plus annual amount and annual leave loadings. And the last one is Elizabeth. Elizabeth is a casual, so there's no annual leave or sick leave stuff. So only thing we need to look is paid hours. So the first week she worked 7.25 on normal day and 7 for Saturday. The second week, she worked 23.5 and 6.5. So then we almost finished it. And the thing we should focus is on bonus. So we need to put all their bonus down there. So we have a look here. So Jennifer got 64.95. So Jennifer got for the first week, so put bonus down here, 64.97. And Rose on the first week, she got 87.5. Christine, no bonus. Elizabeth got 79. 79.7. So all the form we already filled out. And the thing here is we need to set out the template here. So for gross pay, we just equal Christine for 2 weeks. So gross pay plus second gross pay. We do the same thing as Jennifer. So first week gross pay plus gross pay. This one we need to set up every time we do payroll. We can't automatically put them together. So this column will leave empty at this moment. We set up this first. When we finish this one, it's time to do in the MLB files. So we save first. Okay, we go back to the MLB files. So it's payroll, process payroll, and the date. So we just process all employees at the same time. So we delete this one. And we already set up their payment frequency for that day. So all the employees will show under here. So payment date, because we are doing is week ending 13th of July, so 14th of July is the first Monday. Start from 30th of June, end of 13th of July. Then next. And all employee here. So we set each by each. So start with Christine. As I said before, so this part we don't have check, so we use bank transfer. So Christine, there's no bonus, so we don't show anything. But she has 13 hours sick, also annual leave, so we put annual leave here. 13 hours annual leave. Okay, so yeah.
13 hours, 13 hours.
Oh yeah, we can put H just yeah, simple one. 13 hours annual leave. So 13, we go 13 annual leave, 13 leave loadings. So normal days. Oh, I need to script. Here. 13 here is normal days 2 weeks, 22, and Saturday is 7. So we put 7 here, 22. There's no bonus, so it's active. We got 2,250 PYG, so we put 250 here. We got this number and the match. So this number and this number match. Then we click OK. I'll do another one. So Jennifer.
Alright, so
Yeah.
PA is accounted as the MLB.
Here. So we use MLB to calculate 250 here. And then we put transfer 250 to this form. And then we go non-pay here.
Can you calculate the?
No, there's no formula to calculate PYG. So use MLB is the quick way to. So we put.
Oh yeah.
So we put 50 here. So net pay is gross pay minus PYG. So we go net pay 743.67 as a match. That means it is right.
So you think the PA budget, the MYOB calculate the PA budget is only right?
Yes. They are doing accounting software, so the PA budget should be right. Because we are using MLB to generate the payment summaries, so the PA budget part should be right. We can't calculate them by ourselves. So if this number and this number match, then this one's ready to go. So it's click OK, and then set up Jennifer. So we go to Jennifer's worksheet. But Jennifer is salary based, so there's no hourly rate. Don't put anything here. They go automatically. This full nightly number will show here. Because we already put the annually some salary in her payroll files, so this number just come out. One thing we need to do is annual leave or sick leave. So for Jennifer, she had 6 hours annual leave and no sick leave. So we just put annual leave here 6. Have a look at this number. So here is 1900. If we put 6 here, this one will automatically deduct this number. And second is her bonus. Her bonus got 64.97. 64.97. whether we should write down here. No, we mean memo. Yeah.
Right on the sick leave and the annual.
Yeah. So it's
6 hours.
And the bonus.
yeah, bonus.
Bonus.
Bonus. Okay. 64.97. What?
6-4.
No mark.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Who gives the bonus?
Erica will calculate the bonus before we start to process payroll, but that's some later training, so we learn that part later. So PVG 368, then 368, match also, and this part, sorry, yeah, T. So match then okay. So don't have all the time to do the left, so we just take off. Don't have to pay for this for method. So we only do this two. This one. So we look at them here. The total net pay is 2411.79, so it is a match. This means the two pay slips is all correct. So then you record it. So click record and continue. So they generate pay slips. So we next. And then things print and email pay slips. So payment day is 14, so this two is the one we just generated. And we use print. We didn't print them out. We use Adobe PDF to save them first. So just save in your local disk is okay. So print. So my suggestion is, if you do payroll job, just create one payroll file, separate one in your local disk. And there's one called payslip send out. This is my way to do it. So payslip send out, and that belongs to GBS payslips. Just save here. I write down the period. So 13th July 2014, and then save. After generating the pay slips, then we print them out and give it to Lisa to sign.
I was thinking, actually, when you do the MYOB, the number you put in the MYOB, it's come from the form which you done before.
Yeah.
I think it's not for the. So at the end you said it's matched the form.
Yeah.
As it must be.
But sometimes the number is wrong in MLB.
It's just for.
So, it's just for double check.
But I think maybe.
It takes a long time, but it's double check. If there goes something wrong, you do back pay. It even takes a longer time to adjust it. So it just use that way to do things. But
I mean, if you do the form wrong, so the amount will be wrong.
If they double check, if I do the form wrong, then the MLB show number can't match. Then I'll look which one is wrong.
Because you do the you put the number which in MLB which is come from the
form. But for TGS one it's easy. But for children, when you got steady rate, you got Sunday rate, you got different level of therapist. You got level 4, you got level 6. So it's more categories in MLB. So it's easy to make mistakes. So I just do this way to double check. Because for SG, we don't need to do that much because we all under salary base. So it's just easy. Use your annual salary divided by 12. There's nothing wrong. But for the beauty therapists, they got many different hourly rate. So sometimes you put like 7 hours for Saturday, put under Sundays, or put 7 under Saturdays. Yeah, so just it's just one way to do it. I haven't found any way to simple them.
Can we calculate the total salaries for stresses and guidance lab for these 2 weeks, and then if the numbers it's right, so it's match.
Yeah, it can. So you can just do it, and then you check this each number. But I used to do check each by each, so the total number always be right. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand the listener's mean, but that way can find out if you have mistake or not. But when you have mistake, it's hard to find out which part is wrong. So that one, this form give you make the area narrow. So when any of them is wrong, then you can easily tell.
Yeah, I just wondered if you put this number is wrong.
Yeah, for example, if you put this number wrong, you may not put the
So
answer will be
totally
right.
wrong.
So as long as these 2 are different, then you can come back to check this one and that one to see which one is wrong. It doesn't mean
Which
this
will you
one has
check?
to be wrong. I mean, this form can be wrong, but MLB, you may put the wrong number there as well. So if these 2 are different, then you can tell these people's payroll is not right. So you can come back to see her personal.
No, I mean this number here is a beginner. Is when the working you start this form.
Yeah.
If this number are wrong, you put the MOB the same number.
Yes, this figure is from our spa manager, and she will check it. And she
So what we check here is not check the
yeah.
hours is right or not. We just check the calculation, the total amount we should pay is right or not. Because like the new employees, when we set up new employees, we are human beings with errors. So sometimes you just put the wrong hourly rate in MOB or in the form, so the number won't match. So we can check it, they are right or not. Yeah, we can't just use one, like we calculate them and get to pay this amount. Sometimes it's not right. And after they found out the errors, and then we start to adjust it, it takes longer time and it's not tidy in accounts. So we're just trying to make the payroll number right at the very beginning time. So this is a pay slips that I print out. So on this pay slips, they show their payee, name, address, period, gross pay, and net pay. So that memo will show here. So 30 hours annually for Christina. This part hours is for the current period. This part is for current period, and this one year to date. So for holiday leave, by 13th of July, Christina got minus 6.93 annual leave, and for sick leave got minus 6.21 annual leave. So here's year to date numbers. And year to date means from 1st July of this financial year. So last year already cleared. But for annual leave and sick leave, we carry the remaining on to the next year. So here's the pay slip we should print out. And then we click print. And then we should print another report out. So in the payroll, and the payroll there's reports. Here's the activity summaries. We only did Jennifer and Christine, so we put these 2 out. Period, that's 30 this year. 13th. I like to do this way because it's easy when we create payments online. It can show very clearly, like Christine just 700 to 8. So we don't need to see each page and the number. So print out this one, put on the top, and then each pay slips, and then we put these two timesheet on the back, and they stick together and give to Lisa. So Lisa will double check all the hours is right, match the timetable in the Beautywear SAM systems. So the Tuesday task, the Monday task is finished. The Monday one is more work to do. So the Tuesday, Tuesday morning is create a payment. So on this form, we got procedure. So Tuesday, create payments in the morning and must make sure the payment go out before finish work. And on the Wednesday, is check the payment is out or not. The last step is email all the pay slips out. So this is a format we emailed. Because TGS, we email to their individual email address. So like Jennifer, subject is pay slips for week ending 30th July 14th, and please find the enclosed pay slips for this one, and we will attach their pay slips. And for Trueland, we just email to Eileen. Eileen's email address is manager@aztecdisbar.com.au. And after this pay slips are out, you can relax. That's all. Thanks for
Only.
The Saturday.
any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Small question. So for Galisban's staff,
Rose.
she is a full-time employee, right?
Yeah, Rose is a full-time.
But she's not under salary wages, so why is that? Is she under salary wages?
No, she's under hourly rate.
Hourly
So
rates.
generally, all the beauty therapists under award. Only for like spa managers, they are not. Because spa managers, they are not doing daily work. They are doing more manager stuff, so you can't measure them as hourly hours.
So usually the staff, apart from manager, they should hourly rate.
It should be managers always under, not always, but generally under salary base. Because they also got other like, they are not entitled to the bonus, but they are doing some extra work.
Yeah.
So they have kind of management allowance or some, so it's just a package.
So this one is, the decision was made by company.
Yeah, when the company, when they do the interview, decided to employ them, they will decide it's based on salary or based on hourly rate.
Yeah. So is this one affected the loading thing?
Yes, like if they earn an award, then they have loading. But for managers, their hourly rate is higher than loading, higher than award minimum hourly rate. So they decided not give them loading. Actually, because the manager, they are package. They are package salary. So already put some loading stuff in the package. Yeah.
So
So when we calculate the package, we already consider this loading stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Other questions?
Yes.
Manager only have the package salary.
Yeah,
no
package salary.
bonus.
Actually, bonus, that's another part for the profit share. If they manage the spa really good, we got profit, we will share with them.
After 1 year.
After monthly reports, we do calculate the adjusted profit.
It's a fill in the bonus.
No, it's different. It's different. There's a different part. Yeah.
Related to this one,
Yeah.
can we find the information from the new employee package for their,
Profit share. No,
I mean the loading and awards package? For example,
for managers package or?
no, only for normal staff? For
Yeah, we
example,
did.
roses-
In the contract, we did. We did
Oh.
say you have annual leave
Yeah.
and how much loading you have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
as reference.
There's a big title called entitlement. So under that, list all the leave you, like compassion leave or long service leave you entitled. So it's details on in the contract.
So another thing, another question related to our company rule full-time a year about a leave. For example, first 3 times they only take 1 day leave, but they still have more than several weeks leave, so they can only take it lump sum. All of them once?
Sorry?
I mean, how they have for each person have 4 weeks annual leave every year. So for the first 3 times, we only allow them to take 4 times, right?
Or for weekend.
Weekend.
Oh, only
The
weekend.
weekend.
Oh, okay.
Because weekend we don't have many staff to work on, but it's a busy time, so we can't let them take weekend annual leave.
Oh, okay.
Because if we, for the part-time and full-time, their rate for Saturday and Sunday is lower. But if they take annual leave or sick leave, we need to ask Payroll to come. That's increase our cost. So we limited their full-time weekend leave.
Another question is about rate. So the loading rate is 17.5%, and that was fixed.
Yeah, that's a law.
Yeah.
It's not company policy.
When we set up in MLB, it will automatically come out.
Yeah. But for loading stuff, the MLB already set up for 75. It's generally it's not only for this industry, for all.
Yeah.
For all.
No.
Yeah.
The super's rate, it changed every year. So
Yeah, but every year, beginning of the payroll factory year, you need to load down all the update payroll informations.
Load down to MYOB.
Yeah, load down to MLB. So I will talk about tomorrow about that.
Last question is, bonus have super or not? I missed that.
Performance bonus have, Christmas bonus no. Because bonus super is only for ordinary income. So performance bonus with yesterday, but we have a Christmas bonus, no income.
Thank you.
Another bonus, only Christmas bonus, not include.
No, because not depend on how you behave, just Christmas bonus, extra money. So it's not ordinary. During ordinary work, generate the bonus.
My question is, the new employee set up in MYB, select the relevant categories, all the basic salary, Saturday hours, and Sunday hours. This all the rate is come from where?
Award. Come from the contract.
Contract and award.
No contract, they will show when we generate the contract, we're looking for the award. But after we got contract, we sign. So for our part, just collect information, we not create information. So for our part, only look into the contract to see how many they rate, how many money they earn for per hour, their rate. Then we just put the information into the system.
Okay.
So for our part, just collect information and enter information.
So the weekly turnover reporting, they are all same rate, with the MYOB one.
Yes.
So where did you say weekly turnover reporting? Is it come from MOB or come from ourselves?
In the reporting folders.
This reporting folder is from MLB or?
No, that's the Excel sheet we set up for ourselves, for internal use. So it's just for our use, for double check. So it's not for external. So it's under like Shulan. I think it's Shulan. Management. Shulan management or reporting.
Do the 2 stars open at Sunday and Saturday and Sunday?
TGS it's Monday to Saturday. But as this one is Monday to Sunday. So it's 6 days, 7 days.
I mean, if you do this payroll work at Monday morning. So the Sunday is
Yeah, like we do. It's Monday to Sunday. Monday to Sunday. So it is Monday. We do for last 2 weeks.
include, not include.
No, not include. So from the Monday to Sunday here. So this is the 3rd week's Monday. We do last 2 weeks period.
The day before yesterday. The day before
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
So yesterday's pay is the last day.
Monday you did the pay.
For last
on-
week.
Right.
For
on
last
Monday.
week. So if
Last 2 weeks.
this by the
Yeah, it's open Monday, but this day, like we do payroll on this day's pay is doing after 2 weeks.
after 2. Oh,
So today is, doesn't matter. We do last 2 weeks.
no, not the.
No. It's 2 weeks, from Monday to Sunday. Any other questions?
If we have a new employee,
Yeah.
the base information,
Yeah.
who saves the, I know who.
Who will collect the information?
Yeah.
Lisa. So we always give a package. So this package is 3 form and plus contract. So 3 form, tax file number, super, and we put them into a folder.
And it's first
Put the
time.
folder, yeah, put the folder, and then give this whole folder to Lisa. So Lisa will collect all the information for us and return to us.
If ISG have a new employee.
I think the payroll people will do it. Yeah. Okay. Questions? So tomorrow we'll talk about how to generate payment summaries. So end of financial year things and the beginning of payroll financial year things. Thanks. Thank you for that question. Too late, sorry.
We can go through how we set up the payment inside St. George Bank.
Oh, okay. So today?
Today or tomorrow? Tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Okay. Do today.
Right, keep going.
Yeah, do today. How to set up payment.
It's Tuesday's task.
Tuesday.
Tuesday morning.
Yeah, early. The first thing you come to work, set up payments. So, go to St. George. Yeah, but you can just go. And so we use this one to generate the payment. Really easy to look and everything. So it's called payroll activity summaries. So for St. George, we count as same template. So it's just click transaction, as you did normal invoice payment. So transactions, click transfer. That's from Ganspa, this one. And the payment only can go out from trading account. Ganspa's one is 073. So we click this one and click third party to choose employee. We only did Jennifer and Christine, so and you can click this one, and they can show in upper 8 order. So we're looking for Jennifer and Christina. So customer reference. So we put here, we put KC. So there are short KC, they use 13 or that period.
Could you for what?
KC is Oh, sorry, GC. GC for their first name, the first letter of first name and
Last name.
So the employee's name.
Initial.
maybe put so JC is short for Jennifer
Jennifer.
Claps. And then also put period down there, so 30th June to 13th July. And then amount. So back to this report. Jennifer, 16, 27.2. 15. Payer's name, they are GBS. So GBS. And then click Pay Now. And this generates payment. And we delete that. And then click Firm. You can go to work in process. Will show here, Jennifer. So period and amount. The thing asks them to authorize payments.
Can you delete it?
Yeah, you can. So delete.
When you click it,
Oh.
it's automatically to the director, and they can authorize them.
Yep.
Let me okay.
So what's the thing to do on Wednesday?
Check.
That's
Let
it.
the payment go on.
That's it. Any more questions?
Yes, I
You can still government to ask.
All right. Any more questions? No. Cool. Well done. Fantastic. Well, we'll finish.